Dingo Pictures only made 2 Dalmatian movies, but you can find these movies labeled as not only Dalmatians 3 on PlayStation 2, but Dalmatians 4 on the DS and Wii. So I hope you're ready for The Adventures of the Dalmatians 2 starring knockoff Cruella de Vil here. Spoilers, she's not really in the movie. It's actually kinda surprising that Dingo didn't include a Cruella de Vil-like character as she was from the original 1956 novel, though Dingo's Dalmatians doesn't really go that close to the story of the 101 Dalmatians. But the original novel isn't in the public domain, so that probably explains why this one strays a bit more from the original source material. Though it is Dingo, so it is still kinda surprising that they would care. Alright, so now let's go into the confusing story of the renaming of the 2 Dingo flicks. Much like with Lion and the King and Lion and the King 2, the first Dingo Dalmatians movie is put out on PlayStation by Midas Games and named The Dalmatians. And then came in good old Phoenix Games and released the first Dingo Dalmatians movie again on PlayStation but named it Dalmatians 2. And then when Phoenix actually released the second Dingo Dalmatians movie on PS2, they named it Dalmatians 3. And to be extra confusing, you might have noticed we had some flipping of the cover art to represent the movies. The Dalmatians 3 cover uses the knockoff of Cruella de Vil for its cover, but the East-West DVD uses this art for the first movie. However, they still named it 2, while what is actually the second movie is just named Dalmatians and uses the same cover art that Phoenix used for the first movie, but they called 2. Everyone got that? Because I'm not even sure if I do anymore. Phoenix, wanting to add even more confusion like with Lion and the King 3 on DS, proceeded to release Dalmatians 4 on DS and Wii, which would just be a re-release of one of the 2 Dingo movies yet again, since Dingo never made a third one. So is everyone ready to look at the second Dingo Dalmatians? Which is also the first one? But hey, let's add some more titles, cause why not? The actual title the video calls the movie is Looking for Dalmatians in Dutch. Well, at least it does on the crappy copy of the movie on the East-West DVD, and again I've switched out the video for the superior looking Finnish version. And that one has the Looking for Dalmatians title in German. Over at the Janice pig farm we meet our knockoff Dalmatian family, with the puppies of course being crappy redraws of Disney's, and of course this character being a direct ripoff of Pongo. But hey, at least they have popsicles growing by the trees. Actually, they're mushrooms. The world is better now that that's been said.
Isn't that idyllic?
I did not find that idyllic at all. It was actually quite annoying, you stupid crow.
Zzzt.
It's that classic crow noise. Zzzt. Maybe that crow's just really into ZZT or ZZT, whichever you like.
I never thought that Tupfelchen, that's the speckled one there, and Krummel, that's the brown one, would have children together.
So really, this is 101 mutts, isn't it? I can't believe this cover lied to me. Well, at least both of them lied. Krummel was the name Dingo had given this dog as well in Animal Soccer World. Guess this takes place after those events? At least I hope so, because Krummel still seemed to be a puppy there.
When they were little, there was no friendship between them.
Apparently this is a how they met story, or at least a how they fell in love story, as we get a title card in German for 2 years earlier, which they don't even bother giving an audio translation to. Weren't you just dying to know how these dogs we know nothing about met?
Yay!
May I play with you?
No, not now. We want to play tag and that's not a game for you.
Oh, so the Pongo ripoff is actually the mother and Krummel is the dad. A real twist on expectations there. And since Teufelchen had black ears 2 years later, you might think this is her in the past, but nah, that'd make too much sense, so this is Teufelchen instead.
11, 12, stop. They could have waited for me. I think that's very stupid. Stupid.
I almost felt sorry for Krummel, but as I'm very inquisitive, I didn't worry about him.
Apparently, I think being inquisitive means being an uncaring ass. Ha! Zzzt.
Stop it! Stop bothering us!
Stop silently bopping your heads up and down. It's so scary.
You little Dalmatians, don't they look lovely?
I'm sure they have got big, beautiful tongues. Let me see.
Dear Dingo Pictures, we did not need pedo dogs. Love, Phelous.
They could label the dog food cans.
Oh, okay. They're just gonna recruit these puppies into child labor. That's better?
Nobody was there to help them without me, but I basically don't get involved.
Stupid Starfleet Crow and its garbage prime directive. Seriously though, screw you, Crow. Zzzt.
I was eager to find out how Tupfelshin would react to his brother's disappearing.
It's so funny seeing their sorrow. Ha! Dooflechin and Krummel go looking for the kidnapped dogs by the good old no fence, and we also learn that some people like chicken. Though there's not a cock in sight on this graffiti, so that's not very realistic.
I can't find my damn hairbrush.
Oh, Krummel, forget it.
But I need to pee.
What's the matter with this Dingo movie? Peter Gunn theme to piss. Dingo knows how it's done.
Don't do that, my boy. Nobody else is allowed to piddle there.
Piddledy-diddledy-doo!
Aye. We're the Backstreet Dog Gang.
Well, I wasn't ready for Backstreet to be back, alright?
I'm the boss.
Freddy, hi there, boy.
Yeah, Poochie wannabe cool dog Freddy, the dog of your nightmares.
We're talking the original dog from hell.
I'm Tramp.
Yeah, of course you are. Might as well throw another ripoff in.
With your permission, Bloom, the bookkeeper.
Any good dog gang has a bookkeeper. Gotta keep up with those biscuits debits and credits.
I'm the beautiful Vera.
And I don't look like I belong with the rest of the characters at all.
And I'm Butcher. That means Butcher.
You might know me from Animal Soccer World or the Mug Root Beer Can.
You're cool.
Suspension of disbelief broken.
Wow, you don't need anyone else, do you?
No.
If you like. Do you want to know the area around here?
No, not really. Why?
You don't want to know the area you are searching. Krummel, you crumbum.
Then it will be difficult without any help. But anyway, good luck.
Watch! Everyone back in line. They were very kind,
Don't say that. They are a lice-ridden gang. Come on.
but they let me join them.
Yeah, even though they all just ran off and left me here, I'm totally a part of their group now.
If you will help me to find Toby and Timmy, you'll be allowed to join us.
Plus,
Promise. She persuaded him again.
Thanks for that stunning insight. Phelous was being sarcastic. Ew, what happened to that cat? I'd even take stupid Charlie Cat over this. Probably the smartest thing you've said yet. So after doing nothing for a scene, the stupid dogs go back to get help from the gang. You know, most movies would just have them get help from the gang after they met them, but Dingo dares to be pointless.
hello.
Well, if it isn't our little friend Krummel.
Yeah, it feels like years because of how useless the last scene was.
It was necessary because meanwhile my curiosity became stronger and stronger.
I mean, I could have just followed the kidnapped puppies and let someone know, but I love letting crime happen. Over at the slaughter zone from Janice, I guess we learned that the rest of Janice's family became dog food that children have to label.
Licking and gluing, gluing and licking and gluing.
What am I looking at? Ain't no dingo got into torture porn.
Do it faster.
You know, there are adhesives you don't have to lick first. I guess that'd ruin this creep dog's fetish.
But I'm thirsty.
It seems your last beating up wasn't enough for you, eh?
Dingo, what are you trying to accomplish? Why do you put these things in your movies?
Please don't. I'm still hurt from last time.
You see, licking and gluing, licking and gluing.
I don't know if I'm comfortable being the mascot of Dingo Pictures anymore.
I had imagined that it was like that, but not quite so bad. Krumel and Tuvelchen would have to hurry up if they still wanted to help the two.
If they die, it's on them, not me. Zzzt. Am I a robot? Zzzt.
This didn't look much like a search. It's about time.
It's about time they weren't really searching?
I thought we wanted to look for Toby and Timmy.
You're completely right.
I'd completely forgotten because everyone in this movie is garbage.
Have you any idea how we can help to find Tupushin's brothers? You wanted to help us after all. You're right. My God!
Anyway, the dog gang decides to look for the kidnapped puppies. Again!
Now it started to get interesting.
No, it'll really start to get interesting if they decide to look for the puppies yet again. Charlie Cat shows up and quickly pisses off.
Run, Charlie, run! Oh, you let him get away, you stupid dogs!
Oh, now it's late already.
Forgive me, Dingo, but if it was supposed to be night before, you probably should have given any indication of that at all.
We really forgot to look for those two little kids.
Oh, so now they'll decide to look for them again. Really interesting.
We mustn't tell anybody.
That's, seriously all the Crow adds during this cutaway, by the way. Just wanted to highlight that wonderful bit of storytelling. Boss and Tramp go to maybe look for the kids? Nah, they get sidetracked silently barking at Charlie.
I love when you can put a dog's back on mute, stupid barkers!
Anyway, we see the remains of the Janice family in an Aldi bag. I'm sure Aldi loved the brand placement. Butcher follows his nose to the stupid plot with the Aldi bag, and after hearing more about how the puppies get beaten, he decides to leap into action, by which I mean he goes home.
And if it don't work, well, like the two little Dalmatians, he will beat their paw. Now stop bothering me.
Oh, yes, the others work for him.
Really, Butcher was actually the smartest one.
He went over to the Aldi bag because he smelled something, then the evil dog gave up that he loves beating his children workers. I don't think that really required a lot of brain power.
You haven't found them?
There were no little Dalmatians on both the streets we searched.
Not that we really searched at all, we just chased a cat again. Well, to be fair, that sofa came out of nowhere.
You have to take care, clumsy. Nobody tied it up yet.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Nobody does it. Butcher then barely coherently goes bit by bit over his last scene with Evil Dog because it wasn't enough for us to just see it.
He told me Pollux has to beat the little Dalmatian's paw.
Man, whoever doesn't love this movie deserves a damn good beating.
Just wait till I catch you in the dark corner. You'll get the damn good beating. Boy, are you ever stupid.
I found Toby and Timmy. I'm not stupid.
No, you're not stupid, Butcher.
Why was that a wah-wah moment? I mean, it's not like a squirrel passed out due to pain or anything.
Everything went black. Bushel passed out because of the pain.
Disappear. This is a private area.
We just came all the way from Wuppertal to buy your tin food.
That's something else.
I'll take you around, show you everything.
Airtight security at the dog tin can factory.
Come along.
Now here's where we beat our child workforce. I probably shouldn't have shown you that.
I joke, but he really does lead them right to that.
Faster, faster! You're too lazy up here. Do I have to beat you again?
I guess Evil Dog just assumes that everyone in the tin can business has to be corrupt as shit.
What happened, Krimmel? Have you seen them? Are they okay?
No, Tüpfelchen, they're absolutely suffering.
And Mr. Bloom told what had happened. I've never seen dogs so angry before.
How mean.
Whoa! Calm yourself. No need to fly off the handle like that.
And what about the alarm system?
Can we switch it off ourselves?
Y'all know me, Mr. Southpaw Trampy Tramp.
Tüpfelchen somehow gets tired of waiting to save her brothers with the easily distracted gang, so she heads off by herself. And I guess the two evil dogs are the only workers besides the child labor force, so she just easily gets into the factory.
Help me!
What do we have here? Another little Dalmatian.
2, 5, 3, 7, 4. And that's supposed to be a secret number. It's just a simple mathematical equation.
How is that an equation, you stupid crow?
You're just what I need. The other two, you don't look like they'll last much longer. You're still fresh.
So they are working puppies until they drop dead, sticking labels on cans. Just wanted to hear that idiocy out loud.
I'm sure she's gone to Toby and Timmy.
It's only because Tüpfelchen has smiled at him.
She's a puppy! Back off, Butcher! The dog gang rushes the factory and easily gets by the Wonder Dummies. They might as well have a sign that reads, "Evil Factory! Illegal activities inside! Come right in!"
Tüpfelchen, Butcher!
Don't go any further, Krummer.
Oh, good. Just like in Animal Soccer World, Crummel's been turned into Crummer again.
I had no choice. I couldn't stand by and watch them rush headlong into disaster.
He knows the figures.
So, the narrator saved the day. I don't know if this is the best or worst use of a dingo narrator.
I couldn't do anything to help until I felt like bothering. Ha!
Once I decided to get involved, I was consistent.
I could have stopped your pain and suffering a long time ago, but I didn't. What's the matter with me?
Rubbish.
It sure was. Rubbish the movie.
Well, it's like this.
As you know, I didn't like Colonel very much.
You did not need to tell us something we already know, and no one likes Crummel.
I'm going home with Tüpfelchen, and when we have nursed Toby and Timmy back to health, we want to start a family, yeah.
I think you might be moving a little too fast there, you dumb dogs. Back in the present, I guess, we see some more stunning animation of the mutt pups bouncing off Butcher. Meanwhile, Tüpfelchen and Crummer do and say absolutely nothing. The end. I assume they had nothing to say because they rushed into a relationship while they're kids, and now the only thing still keeping them together is their kids. This was another Dingo classic where they strayed from copying another story that closely, so it just devolved into dinking around forever. It's also amazing how incredibly messed up this one was with the child kidnapping, forced labor, and much discussed beatings. I know Cruella de Vil wanted to turn the puppies into a jacket, but at least the story didn't have the puppies constantly being beaten. To sum up Dingo Dalmatians 2, I can only say this. Ha! Zzzt. I cannot get involved until after much beatings.
Anyone up for eating crow? Fresh from Aldi.
Oh, boo!
I don't like this movie, doesn't look too friendly. This bootleg is so fake, that toy is gonna break. Phelous, don't let me down, you need to be around. Grab that chocolate pizza, I even like because I want. Phelous, oh Phelous, bring on more comedy. Phelous, oh Phelous, an animation movie. Phelous, oh Phelous, what really is so fun? Phelous, oh Phelous, what's your opinion about?
I'm a stupid Deus Ex piece of crap.